Good morning. Good morning, friends. This is Emily Craig, and it is the 9th of December, 2019. And first thing I notice is our president, Mr. Trump, is explaining once again, as he has to do every day, how he's just trying to do the right thing. And apparently from his actions, the economy is doing all right because he's been doing right things. All right. But there is something really wrong going on here. And it is the subordination of the people in favor of rich progressives and neocons. First of all, let's figure out how the progressives and the neocons got their money, all right? When my Aunt Peg and Uncle Gene were communists, they were penniless in the 30s and 40s, all right? They had nothing. Their followers had nothing, all right? The unions that they organized in, which hardly even exist anymore, were working people. They had a vision of a different kind of society that they taught. Well, guess what? The people who were backing their movements back and forth between the United States and Russia were rich people. And they were rich people because they either had a monopoly going, they were based in the finance business, in the usury business. They utilized graft and nepotism to influence, peddle. They were lobbyists who could deregulate an industry in order to profit certain people in a certain network. They used blackmail because they reinstituted the protection rackets surrounding the sale of illicit drugs. In the 30s, it was alcohol, okay, gun running. The people who are rich today are rich because they have been influencing policy. You look at the history of the families Brown, Newsom, Pelosi, and Feinstein in California, and what you see is that when they entered federal service, they were ordinary people, but they have become rich by their influence peddling and their protection rackets. And this is not okay. We didn't sign up to have to submit to rich people who want to ram an ideology of collectivism and top-down diktat down our throats. But that's exactly what has happened. The entire Epstein adventure has to do with the blackmailing of rich people to keep them in line with the progressive movement. PNAC, which set out its purposes in the year 2000, the Project for a New American Century, contains people who are in both parties pushing for this new world order, all right? The neocons in the Republican Party are just as sold out as the progressives in the Democratic Party, and they are going to take us to the limit on this impeachment. Why? Because the Republican Party pushed an impeachment for non-impeachable offenses against Clinton in the 90s, and so now the Democrats have to be allowed to push our well-meaning to the wall. Okay, now quid pro quo. That's the name of the game, right? It's all a game. It's all a game. And the rich people are the ones running the rules and changing the rules at will. They change the rules at will. Now, what we, the people, are going to have to do, like those in France and Italy and Greece and Britain, is just say no. We have to say no to rich people pushing the rest of us into submission, into an ideology that is built on protection rackets, deceit, and conquest, which is jizya, taqiyya, and jihad in the Islamic idiom. All right? This is not going to work for the people to remain silent any longer. The left has no intention of abandoning the impeachment, as illogical and unjust as it is. This is the final push of communism against the West. And we in the West, who are honest working people, have to stop it. I don't know yet how we're going to stop it, but we're going to stop it. And thank you for hearing my very determined rant this morning. Thank you. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.